Hi guys, welcome to the new monthly video newsletter, Musings from the Bathtub. I kind of pictured just jumping in the bathtub to film it, and then I thought better of it. So I guess that was lucky for all of us. But I am picturing all of us at maybe a craft show, and you guys are asking questions. We're talking about different scents, and somebody for sure is saying, "Hey, did you check out that food vendor down the way with the whatever it was?" I miss those days, guys. I miss you all. The video newsletter is just a chance for me to see you and for you to see me and just kind of catch up what's going on in your neck of the woods. If you're new here, I'm Jackie the Soap Lady. I own cornersoapshop.com, and I've been making really great shea butter soaps for the last 26 years. So stay tuned. We're going to have a chat about summer dry skin, my favorite exfoliating washcloth, why I don't use lotion in the typical way, and then we'll get to the guest soap blast. So what's new in Northwest Alabama? Well, Rod and I are getting ready to go to Huntsville. It's about an hour east of us, and we're just doing a day trip to see the Van Gogh experience. We love going to Huntsville because we get to go to Trader Joe's, Schlotsky's Deli, and if we're there late enough, Carrabba's. We also take care of any errands that just require a bigger business center than we have here in Florence. But Florence probably has something your area doesn't have. How about a 600-pound lion as a mascot of the local university, the University of North Alabama? Leo lived in a $1.3 million habitat on campus right next to the president's house. And he was one of 4 lions that since 1974 have actually lived on the campus. And unfortunately, in April, he died after a short illness. I just kind of feel thankful we got to see him. My sister and her husband were here with us in April. We went out to the enclosure and we're just very grateful. Leo, you will be missed. Another thing that takes a lot of my attention this time of year is my garden. If you have been kind enough to look at my Famish Farm YouTube channel, you'll understand what I mean. You'll get to see my journey with the farmer next door spraying my raspberries. We're building a grape arbor. And you'll also get a chance to see maybe what plants are working out and what plants are not working. On the Famish Farm channel, I also talk about our retirement budget, my weight loss, and why the heck it's taking us 2.5 years to unpack all those boxes in the basement. And yes, I do throw Rod, my husband, under the bus for that one. I do some cooking too. I love cooking, and right now we're concentrating on healthy recipes. So if you have any suggestions for me, leave them in the comments. Yes, please leave a comment. It sometimes feels like I'm talking into this vast YouTube void with just an echo chamber going on. So on to the main event, our soap news for this month, which is summer dry skin. Do you ever glance down at your legs and just see kind of dry, flaky, rough skin? Yeah, me too. So I repeat this a lot, and it's worth saying. When's the last time you exfoliated? Don't worry, I forget sometimes too. You know, it doesn't require any fancy scrubs or fancy equipment. It's just as simple as the washcloth you're using. You know, in the wintertime, it's easy to know when it's time to exfoliate because your skin gets itchy. The dead cells are trying to slough off, and the skin's reaction is to provide that itchiness. But in the summertime, our legs, our skin in general, is full of your naturally occurring oils, and so we often only get that visual cue. Your skin feels fine, but if you look at it and you see that dry skin, it's time to exfoliate. So how do I do it? Well, let me show you. I've got some props. So those are just inexpensive washcloths from the Dollar Tree. Actually, they're just a kitchen dishcloth, but if you use them right, they can be an exfoliating washcloth. They're even good if you walk barefoot outside during the summertime and you just need a good cleanup. How do you do it? In the shower, take your soap and rub it on the scrubby side, and then just start washing. I tend not to use it on my face, but I have. And as long as you're gentle, you'll be okay. Just try to avoid any place that you have eczema, rosacea, psoriasis, any skin conditions like that. For me, it's kind of this area that I have rosacea. One of the benefits of using really good soap is that you don't have to use the chemical-laden lotions. I still buy lotion, but I don't put it on my skin. All I do is use it to sniff. And this is my current favorite, Jergens Pink Grapefruit and Pomelo. I love the scent of this. And another one I love, this was my mom's favorite lotion, and I'll probably never throw this away. There's probably half of it left in it, and we don't use it, but the scent reminds me of her now. I promised you I'd be announcing the next guest soap blast, and if you're new, you probably don't know what that is. Here's a little video that tells what they are, how they're cut, and you'll be up to speed. This is the beginnings of what is going to be, I don't know, an hour of wrapping guest soaps. We're going to take this bar of soap, and I'm sorry, I need to make sure I can see that. Cut in half. Cut in half again. And that's the lime basil. It's kind of a pretty green, marbled through that. Same thing, cut it in half. But now what I'm doing is I'm cutting off that lumpy bumpy part. And here's the cool thing is these are generally much thicker than a full size bar of soap. And so sometimes I leave a little bit of, you know, this rough corner on it, because overall you're getting a much bigger piece of soap. And I'm going to do that on both pieces. But I just put a little dot of glue, and somebody asked me one time, why don't I use like a glue stick? It would be easier. It would not takes as long to dry. To which I said, gosh, I wish I had thought of that before I got into the habit of this. Just a little dot of Elmer's, because it probably would have been much quicker. So, little dot here, little dot there. I take my little wrap, and some of them do have the little angle that's not covered, which I always said that's so you can smell through the paper better, or that's so you can see the color. But it's just simply because some of the papers are not as big as the others. And this becomes my 4 little guest soaps. This was lingonberry, guys. And I know that will fly off the shelves. If you don't get it, I'm going to get it, because I love that lingonberry, the tart fruitiness of it. But anyway, picture yourself just getting into the zone doing this. A soap maker friend of mine asked, you know, how I could stand cutting and wrapping these little tiny, you know, it drive her crazy. And I'm like, this is my therapy. But again, here's it's like folding a little envelope. It's, you know what, guys, if you are into Christmas wrapping or wrapping birthday presents, anything like that, you would like wrapping soap, because I love wrapping presents. And this is just like doing it, but with a little tiny present. Front of the label, back of the label. So the guest soaps are live on the website right now. Feel free to jump on. And if you want to place an order just for a couple of those, that's fine. Go ahead and place the order. Let me know and I'll set that to the side until I get your next big order, and then I'll combine them and refund you one of the shippings. Don't wait too long though. Supplies are limited. So thanks guys for watching, and I do hope that you'll subscribe to this channel and to the farm channel if you're interested in that. I'd really love your support by subscribing, leaving a comment, and just if you know anybody else that might be interested in either of the channels, pass the information on to them. And maybe if you want to, if anybody's interested, we could do a live session where we can have a chat about whatever's on your mind. So thanks for being here, guys. I'll see you next month for the July musings from the bathtub.